It's your boy Ownlane Davo, and we back with another video. Alright, look. We got another video by Omeezy. ShaCarri Richardson is allergic to accountability. Now we already know what happened when she put her hands on her mans. So we're gonna see what he mean by she allergic to accountability, cause what happened after that? Oh my god.
But I understand, we were arguing. But I understand entirely. We were arguing. Okay, I'm not gonna resist. But I'm telling you that we was arguing. I didn't assault him. I didn't do anything wrong. But the fact that your guys are doing this to me and he's the man in the situation, I'm gonna comply.
What the fuck did that mean? Cause he the man in the situation. You hit him. See, this is how, you know what I'm saying, and this, people look at this and be like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. No, this is that big of a deal. For someone to be as comfortable to be like, this is the man in the situation, to where she's conditioned to think that the man will always be viewed in the wrong. Like, nigga, really think about that shit. You know what I mean? I'm not even trying to get deep into this like that, but think about it.
I can't even bring out my panda suit in this situation. Earlier in the month of August, power track couple ShaCarri Richardson and Christian Coleman were headlining the news in a situation that involved ShaCarri Richardson being accused and arrested for domestic violence to Christian Coleman. Now, they're in a relationship, so that's why it was a domestic issue, but apparently they were in an airport in Seattle, Washington, where Christian Coleman was the victim of this domestic violence from ShaCarri Richardson. And if there's one thing that I've come to know when it comes to situations of domestic violence, is that written words can always be brushed off. There's too much interpretation in it, and people are quick to give bail and cop pleas for parties in the situation as a whole. There's only one thing that can really shift the tides whenever anybody reports DV, and that is footage. We've seen it in the Ray Rice situation, we've seen it in the P. Diddy situation, and now we have it for the ShaCarri Richardson situation. Now, depicted in the video, what seems to be an annoyed Christian.
Damn, so she chased that nigga, and you know she fast as fuck too. So she probably got there in like half a second. That nigga like, oh fuck, like I forgot she Olympic champion. Yeah, you ain't outrunning her. Well, he can outrun her, but
woman walking away from a ShaCarri Richardson who is clearly getting physical with him. Now, I can't 100% say that she is closed fish punching him, but she is for sure pushing him, and he is for sure trying to avoid the situation.
She putting a little nigga. She putting one of those into him. Like, hold on. Like, you gotta hit it with a dodge her ass. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. Oh yeah. See, if this was we all know if the roles were reversed, they would have tackled that nigga. They would just like kicking that, doing all type of shit to him. We know. As
the video continues, she continues to push him as he continues to go away, and this doesn't stop for about a minute and a half. What I find interesting about this situation is two things, two big things.
For a minute?
One, they are in a public area.
She was hitting that nigga for a minute? You know how long a minute is? A minute and 30 seconds is? 90 seconds? Count to 90 seconds right now. That's how long she was just beating that nigga ass.
ShaCarri doesn't care about no fly list. She don't care about, ending up on the FBI's most want. She don't care about none of that stuff. I don't know too many rules at the airport. I got to read a lot of signs and ask questions, but I do know one thing. The last place you want to be is arrested at an airport. And two, which probably opens up a bigger conversation about these things, is the fact that, hey, Christian's being assaulted here and everybody keeps walking past. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he said. There's conversation about what transpired on the plane or in the section that they were before this got caught on camera, but honestly, none of that matters. Pushing him, potentially punching him, throwing headphones at him, none of that is called for, especially in public. But it's crazy how no one is stopping her, because I hate to pull that old card because it is tired, but boy is it reliable. If the roles were reversed, I think that situation would go totally different.
Oh yeah,
now, even with that footage, because it wasn't super close fists, punch him out.
If the roles were reversed, that nigga, we would have been hearing about lost sponsorships, all kind of shit. His whole career probably been cooked or close to cooked. But because you gotta think, like, if he was doing that to her, he probably would have, the shoulder bump would have been a little stronger. The nudge would have been a little stronger. She probably went flying and shit. She hella light, so she probably would have been flying. So it would have looked way worse too. It would have looked worse also. Yeah, he would have been done.
all that stuff like that. I think that this situation would have died down ASAPington, especially after hearing Christian come out and speak about the entirety of the situation.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it was just a sucky situation all around. Like, I don't feel as if, like, she should have been arrested. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you know, people have discussions and emotions and stuff like that. And she have, like, things that she need to work on for herself, of course. And so do I, so do you, like, everybody.
I don't gotta work on hitting people. I know that you gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's an image thing also. Like, he probably, I'm not gonna, you know what? It's probably an image thing of like, you know, you don't want to bash your girlfriend. But she ain't my girlfriend no more after she put her hands on me. In public like that also.
And I'm the type of guy, like, I'm in the business of just, like, extending grace and mercy and love. And I feel as if, like, I don't try to look at obstacles either. Like, I just look at,
nice
like,
for me.
situations like this to just, like, you know, take a step back, analyze yourself mentally, and then just try to see what you could do to be your best self so that you can move forward, so you can just be the type of person and a human that God needs you to be for his kingdom and for his glory. And so
ultimately, yeah, nigga. See, no, he's about to add some other shit up in there. Like, no, nigga. Her hitting you ain't nothing to do with God, bro. That's the devil.
Many older people advise that young brother that this isn't just a sucky situation. Somebody, an adult woman who can't control her emotions and feelings like that is not something that you have to be subjected to. Because at the end of the day, there is no excuse for people to be putting their hands on anybody, public, private, or otherwise. Again, I don't know the dynamics of their relationship, but there is no excuse for what we saw on camera, except for on TikTok. TikTok is always going to give them an excuse.
That whole ShaCarri Richardson situation is why I always say, if you are from the hood,
niggas have, hey, look, if you think you got a bad opinion, go on TikTok. You're going to find one that's worse.
From the projects, lower income, and you are trying to make something of yourself, one of the main things you need to do is go to therapy and deal with that. You have to unpack that, because there are things that make sense for you to do in that environment that does not make sense for you to do in environments that you are in or you are trying to get to. I used to be one of them people where I used to want to fight all the fucking time. All the fucking time I want to fight. You
see, so is she trying to say, like, if you in, say you're in an environment, I guess, where fighting is the norm, but even then, there shouldn't be an environment like that, right? And that's a whole different story. But there shouldn't even be an environment in which putting your hands on someone, the opposite sex at that, is like normal. You know what I mean? But I have heard, like, I do know people that's just always ready to just fight. It's like, relax, like, chill, like, calm down, like,
breathe funny, I want to whoop your ass. You can't be doing that.
Overly aggressive.
That is not okay. But the environment that I'm from, that is a normal day on a Sunday. It's nothing to look outside of your window and see two bitches out there fighting. That's nothing. However, where I want to go, that's not okay.
Yeah, that's cool and all, but she's 25 years old.
Yeah, that's a grown woman. She 25? She older than me. That's a grown woman. She good. Niggas always making excuses about something.
World, she's met plenty of people and has experienced plenty of different things. She knows not to put hands on that man, and he's not even giving that an excuse. And to be honest with you, I don't think she is either. Like, we don't have to do that. I hate that the internet does that. They find something, and it sounds good on paper, but it's ultimately unnecessary.
Yeah.
Now, what's interesting about this is, while some of the normal policies and procedure of when a public facing figure gets into
accountability, so it comes down to accountability.
Some sort of scandal happened, they also didn't happen, right? She put out a written apology on Instagram saying, I apologize to Christian. He came into my life and gave me more than a relationship, but a greater understanding of unconditional love from what I've experienced in my past due to trauma and pain. ChatGPT is really working. Blase. She also did the Instagram story one.
It's ShaCarri, and more than anything, definitely a lot of self-reflection, a lot of understanding of not only putting myself in a compromised situation, but somebody that I have a deep care and appreciation for as well is something that holding myself accountable. I see myself, I'm taking this time to not only see myself, but get myself.
I don't believe you. I don't believe her.
A certain level of help that overall is going to reflect who I truly am in my heart and my spirit, and not allowing this moment, but accepting this moment to be more.
Accepting this.
I don't believe her, because to hit someone, that's like in your character. You know what I'm saying? Like that's in your character. So you gotta, like, you know, that's a part of her. So unless she's willing to, you know, unpack all that, it's within her. If she, like, it's within you. You know what I'm saying?
Wanted to be more. God, the PR teams work heavy. So while that was normal, it wasn't normal that ultimately she did not get released or dropped from any major publication, any brand, any sponsor. And maybe I should not say it's not normal, because, you know, it's a different situation, I guess. I don't know. She didn't lose a brand deal. She didn't lose an endorsement. She didn't lose anything. Even with the weak apology, like, people saw through the smirks up and down through the apology. It was actually quite incredible how she did a bad job of hiding it.
ShaCarri Richardson's apology.
She didn't even give a fuck to hide it. She didn't even give a fuck to even try to hide it. So it's like, she knew, like, they know what they're able to get away with. You know what I mean? But it's like people act like it ain't there, but it is. We know that because she's a woman, she gonna get away with it, and it's gonna be just a small little blimp on her life story. You know?
Video for domestically abusing her boyfriend actually just pissed me off, because it seemed like the most half-assed and fake apology video ever. And I found it really weird how she started the video off like smiling, and like throughout the entire video she has this like grin on her face, and I just think that's weird. And the whole thing seemed like she was trying to make it a lighthearted situation, and not like, you know, she was really just doing it.
She didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's really what it was. Like, and I know I sound like I'm just like bashing her. You know what I mean? But she really just didn't give a fuck. Like, if you're gonna be real, she don't give a fuck.
It's just for the PR purposes, which I think that's what it was. Because I'm telling you right now, if the roles were reversed, that apology would not have worked, alright? Because if a man started an apology video off by like smiling and making it kind of lighthearted for domestically abusing his wife or girlfriend, nobody on the internet would have let that slide.
Now, I think this is a perfect time in the video for me to take a quick pause and intermission to remind people that this channel is not a place to harbor hate, not a place to get nasty in the comments, not a place for you to have your misogynist,
we haters over here.
Viewpoints, homophobic, transphobic viewpoints, any of those things off in the comment section. That's not what this is. This channel takes DV very seriously. I understand the differences between different situations and stuff like that. This is not the place to get your I hate all women rhetoric down and men deserve to die rhetoric down in the comments. That's not what's going on here. At every twist and turn, ShaCarri was losing supporters, but again, just like any other situation, with a lack of footage, things tend to die quickly. Well, the biggest smoking gun in the equation came out yesterday, because, you know, we could brush off some things. We could brush off the pushes and the hits. This could get passed over.
What else come out?
It's not a big deal, right? That's what the internet is trying to tell us. Nike is clearly glossing over it. Christian has already forgiven her. She put out her...
If that nigga forgave her, right? You know, it's like, maybe he a simp too. Maybe he acting soft too. Cause nigga, put your hands on me, I'm calling the police. Hello, I'm calling the police.
PR apology, which is all people asked for. But then the body cam footage came out, and this is where anybody that was still on the train should have jumped off totally.
Christian, are you serious right now? Okay. I didn't assault him though.
We have video cameras.
I literally was we were having an argument. I'm not resisting, so you don't have to do it harder. Christian,
ShaCarri, you fast as fuck. They not catching you if you start running. Hey, it's not catching you if you start running, bruh. Hey, look, keep her ass tight, nigga. And what the fuck you mean, Christian? Bitch, you hit me. ShaCarri. What?
Are you serious right now?
ShaCarri?
He doesn't get a say.
But I understand. We were arguing. But I understand entirely. We were arguing. Okay, I'm not gonna resist. But I'm telling you that we was arguing. I didn't assault him. I didn't do anything wrong. But the fact that your guys are doing this to me and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply.
It may not feel like assault. Wait, what's she say?
But the fact that your guys are doing this to me and he's the man in this situation, I'm gonna comply.
I ain't gonna lie. That's the day you cut all ties with her. That's the day you cut all ties with her. She will ruin your life and be like, nigga, suck it up. Oh, Coleman, bro. Damn, ShaCarri too. 'Cause I feel like she was doing good, you know. I feel like she's on a good little run out the public eye, just handling her business. But here you go trying to fight niggas, and then you just show everybody that you feel me. You don't care. You just show men. You show everybody that you don't care about like men. Like, you feel me, in the sense of like you don't take none of that domestic violence shit serious when it comes to men. You feel me? So whatever you say after the fact about this situation and about men and like, you know, domestic violence and the abuse they go through that they don't speak about, if you say anything, any type of statement like that, people are gonna think you lying because you said this bullshit. So congratulations.
I am. I'm not gonna argue with you at all. But you had me on camera, but at the same time, what he has on camera, I have my phone, shows something different. So if I need to show that, I will.
We have you on camera all around here.
Okay, but I have my phone that shows something different. But Christian, thank you, Christian.
Don't talk to him right now.
Okay, I won't. Thank you
You welcome, ShaCarri. You welcome.
so much, officer.
There's so much to unpack here. First and foremost, he's the man in the situation. I don't even really
That's what I said.
understand what that fully means outside of saying entitlement. She thinks because he's the man in the situation that he should be arrested for her placing hands on him, her
That's
pushing
crazy.
him, her doing whatever to him.
That's actually crazy. Like, if you think like, what? Damn, I didn't even think about it like that. Oh, Meezy? That's crazy.
She feels as if he should be arrested. She literally thinks that she could get away with this. Another mind-blowing thing in the conversation
She
is
like,
that
hey, she like, look, if someone gonna get arrested, arrest that nigga. She like, hey, look, if anybody get arrested, arrest that nigga, bruh. Like, he the man, I'm the woman. Like, get that nigga first. Like, damn, that's fucked
she
up.
thinks that he is the one who reported it. And it's crazy because after the police officer tells her, yo, it's not a him thing, it's a state of Washington thing. In a DV situation, we take the aggressor away. We arrest the aggressor. It's not his choice. He doesn't have the opportunity to stop you from being arrested. Your simple actions keep you from being free today. But yet that doesn't matter. She's still
And that's what people don't know that, right? People will call the police on a like domestic partner or whatever, say they got into a little fight. They'll call the police, and then when the police show up, they're like, oh, wait, don't arrest him. Like, they're gonna arrest him, nigga. You just say he would just punch you. Like, what the fuck? Like, you ever gonna arrest him? Like, we can't just leave him here. And then that's a whole nother situation. So it's like, hey, if you gonna call, make sure you're ready to go, because it get dangerous after that.
to blame him and ask him if he is serious. This is all lack of accountability right here. This is all pointing towards him. And she's talking about it as if he was the one who physically called the police. Girl, you are in an international airport. Why can't that get through your skull outside of entitlement? If I had one question to ask her, I would really want to know, okay, you get into this situation right here. Christian and you get into an argument, which I understand. I done dealt
be
with
like that
before.
sometimes.
Y'all get into an argument, y'all get into a disagreement, you place your hands on him. Was he supposed to get arrested? What was he supposed to get arrested for? Now, maybe there's stuff that we can't see, and that's what she's trying to acknowledge, like before they got into camera's eye.
If any disagreement you get results in getting your hands put on you, get out that relationship, y'all.
But that's me attempting to give some sort of grace or whatever the case may be. At the end of the day, you would still get arrested no matter what was on his phone because you placed hands on that man.
I didn't. Can he tell you that I didn't do nothing to him? We have it on Christian, are you serious right now?
I'm dead ass serious.
Christian, I'm about to go to jail because of you right now.
You're not going
Because
to
of
jail
him?
because of Christian. You're going to jail because you can't control your emotions. I think it's that simple.
She
Trying
is
to
crazy.
even convince these people that they're delusional.
She's like actually, yeah, she's like delusional, like crazy. So talented.
Gaslighting them. Can he tell you that I didn't do anything? As if there's not 11 million cameras in an airport. Whew. That full video is 16 minutes. And in the first portion of the 16 minutes, ShaCarri tries to de-escalate the situation, typical abuser tactic, and say that ultimately I did nothing, he did nothing. We were just in a simple argument. Nothing bigger, greater was going on. And
Yeah, okay.
honestly, we can go and squash all of this. Only to then flip the switch and throw Christian under the bus as soon as the clicks of the cuffs started happening. You need help, man. It's so interesting because ShaCarri Richardson here,
Bro, save yourself, Coleman. Save yourself. If this isn't a call from God to remove her from your life, I don't know what is, my nigga. I don't know what is.
is not dumb at all, right? She's a smart young woman, right? She has a career. She's been around the block. She's seen athletes come and go. And hell, she's gone through her own scandal before with the whole weed incident and how that kind of put a hindrance on her career. It hamstringed it. No track pun intended. So what's interesting about all that is she knows how any sort of scandal in her life or any famous person's life can derail the entire situation. But instead of taking accountability here, she is willing to throw all of that onto her partner. Probably even while realizing,
Telling you, but she willing to sacrifice that nigga to the wolves. If it means that she get out of this situation unscathed, she like, fuck it. Like, if she had the choice to be like, I get in trouble for it, or Christian Coleman get in trouble for it, she gonna, like, what? That nigga get in trouble for it. Like, not me. Hey, bro, wake up call. She not even, damn. So much deeper. So much deeper. I swear, if Coleman is back with her after this situation and they out in public, like, you know, they got a public relationship, bro, is simp. And he a bitch ass nigga.
that there is something greater or bigger that can happen to her partner because he is a male in the situation. A male doing this would be perceived as the worst of the worst. He would get crucified. He would get hung. I mean,
He not a bitch ass nigga, but he'll be a soft nigga for sure.
would just be a terrible situation from him as a whole. But you as a woman in this situation probably still will be able to get by, right? Be able to skate through with your apology. It will not look the worst on you as it would in comparison to a male.
I want to press charges against him then. How can
That's
you
crazy.
date someone like this for 2 years? She's beating on you. She's calling you a coward in public multiple times. And now she's trying to get you arrested. If you're arrested for domestic violence, Christian, you're going to lose all your sponsors.
He
If
done.
you're arrested for domestic violence, Christian, you're going to lose all your endorsements, all the brand deals. This is what she wants for you.
It's this
She
idea.
don't care about bro. She don't care about him at all, bro. That's messed up. You feel me? This doesn't happen to a lot of men. Like, shit, really? She tried to falsely accuse that nigga. What the fuck? She tried to falsely accuse him. Damn.
That this stuff is okay for me to do.
Well, no.
But if he's going to
No, because she's not accusing him of hitting her. Never mind.
do it, oh, no. Throw him totally underneath the bus, pack him up, clap him up. Because I can almost guarantee you that if Christian Coleman was accused or arrested of or anything like this, even before the security footage came out, he would have been dropped from at least one sponsorship.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, like just one sponsor. I'm not saying all of them. One would have dropped him. But ShaCarri Richardson didn't have that happen, and she knew that could happen. It's strange that she would throw this on him. I think
Damn. I ain't gonna lie, good at video of Meezy, bruh. Damn, bruh. See, watch who you date, man. Watch who you date. Watch their actions. You can't be out here allowing people to disrespect you like that, disrespect your career, putting your life at risk. Literally putting his life, his livelihood at risk. And she ain't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And that's the cold part, too. And she already knew. She knew how the police was gonna get. She tried to, like, fucking Hail Mary. That's the cold part, bro. Christian Coleman, bro, don't let that shit, bro. Don't fuck with her. You know what I'm saying? Watch who you dating. Watch who you loving. You know what I'm saying? The closest person to you could be your biggest hater. But that's what y'all I got to say. If I fuck with the video, I'm gone. Peace.